Have you ever paused in the middle of your busy life and wondered, why am I here? You chase success, collect achievements, and try to fit into society's definition of a good life. Yet deep inside, there's a whisper, a silent cry that says, life must be more than this. You feel it in the quiet moments when the noise settles and something within asks for depth, meaning, and truth. Eckhart Tolle, in his powerful book A New Earth, tells us that this emptiness, this longing, is not a sign of failure. It's an invitation to awaken beyond the ego, that invisible force that keeps us trapped in endless dissatisfaction. He shows us that the greatest battles we fight are not against others, but against the voice in our head that constantly says, I am my achievements, I am my possessions, I am what others think of me. But here is the truth. You are none of those things. And when you awaken to this realization, you open the door to something far greater. Tolle calls it a new earth, a shift in human consciousness that begins with each of us individually and radiates outward to the whole world. This is not just a book, it is a map to freedom. Ego, the invisible prison. Ego is not just arrogance or pride. It's the false identity you build from labels, roles, possessions, and other people's opinions. Ego constantly whispers, I am what I own, I am what I do, I am what people think of me. But this is a prison. Imagine losing your phone. You don't just feel the loss of an object, you feel as if part of you is missing. Why? Because ego tied your sense of self to that object. But you are not your phone, your car, or your house. You are something far deeper. Practice. Pick one object you use every day. Hold it in your hand and say to yourself, this is useful, but it is not me. My true self does not depend on this. The power of now. Your mind rarely lives in the present. It runs to the past, filled with regrets, guilt, and pain. Or it jumps into the future, full of worries, fears, and expectations. Yet life never happens there. Life only ever happens now. Picture yourself watching the sunset. For a moment you forget your thoughts and you simply watch. You feel your breath, the colors in the sky, and the silence in your body. That is presence. That is freedom. Practice. Every day, take 3 minutes to focus only on your breathing. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back. Each time you do this, you are training yourself to live in the present. The pain body, carrying the past within. Tolle introduces a life-changing concept, the pain body. It is the accumulated emotional pain from your past, stored like energy within you. At times, it awakens and takes over, making you react far more strongly than the situation requires. For example, a friend makes a small remark, but you explode with anger. That reaction isn't about the remark, it's your pain body awakening. Practice. When you feel sudden anger or sadness rising, pause and breathe. Instead of acting on it, say silently, this is my pain body awakening. I choose to watch it instead of feeding it. Observation weakens its power. Rediscovering your true identity. Ego tells you that you are your name, your job, your roles, your titles. But these are masks. Your true self is the awareness behind it all, the silent witness of your thoughts. Imagine sitting quietly and watching your mind. Thoughts come and go. I need to finish this, I forgot that. What if? Suddenly you realize, wait, if I can watch these thoughts, then I am not the thoughts. I am the one who observes them. Practice. Several times a day, stop and observe your thoughts without judgment. Whisper to yourself, I am not these thoughts. I am the awareness behind them. This simple shift breaks the chains of ego. The power of acceptance. Most people fight with life. They resist reality, saying things like, this shouldn't be happening. I don't deserve this. Life is unfair. But resistance only creates more suffering. Acceptance, on the other hand, creates peace. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on the way to an important meeting. Ego screams, this ruins everything. Why me? But when you breathe and accept, yes, I'm here, this is the reality of this moment, something shifts. Instead of fighting, you align with what is. And from that place, solutions come naturally. Practice. Next time you face a challenge, pause and tell yourself, I accept this moment as it is. Notice how your stress softens, even if the situation itself hasn't changed. The illusion of ownership. Ego ties your identity to possessions. My house, my car, my clothes, my phone. But the truth is, nothing you own is really yours. Everything is temporary. You don't own them, you're simply a caretaker for a short while. Think about how devastated people feel when they lose an expensive item. The pain is not in losing the object itself, but in the ego feeling smaller without it. The ego thought, that object was part of me, but your essence cannot be reduced by the loss of a thing. Practice, look at one of your valuable possessions today. Hold it and whisper, this is useful, but it is not me. If it disappears, I remain whole. Ego and relationships. Relationships are where ego plays some of its strongest games. Every argument often comes down to ego saying, I'm right, you're wrong. This turns love into a battlefield of pride and control. Imagine arguing with your partner or friend. Your ego wants to shout, defend, or attack. But if you pause, even for 3 breaths, something changes. In that space, you see that protecting your pride is less important than protecting the connection. Practice, in your next disagreement, pause before responding. Take 3 slow breaths. Let the silence soften your ego's need to win. Then speak not from pride but from presence. The power of inner silence. The mind is like a radio that never stops playing. Thoughts chatter constantly. But true strength lies not in endless thinking, but in silence. Silence is where ego dissolves and your real self is revealed. Picture standing on a mountain at sunrise. The stillness of the scene quiets your inner noise. For a moment, you feel deeply connected, not because of thoughts, but because of their absence. That's inner silence. Practice, spend 1 minute every day in complete silence. Turn off your devices, sit comfortably, and do nothing. At first, it feels uncomfortable, but over time, that silence becomes your most powerful refuge. Reconnecting with nature. Nature is one of the greatest teachers of egoless existence. A tree never tries to prove itself. It simply grows. Birds never compete to sing louder. They simply sing. When you spend time in nature, you see life unfolding without ego, and you remember that you too can simply be. Imagine walking through a forest. Trees don't rush. Flowers don't compare. The air doesn't hurry. Everything exists in harmony without the voice of ego. That same stillness is available to you. Practice, once a week, spend 15 minutes in nature without distractions. Leave your phone behind. Just observe the sound of birds, the shape of leaves, the movement of the wind. Feel yourself becoming part of that quiet presence. Spiritual practice in everyday life. Many people think spirituality belongs only to temples, meditation halls, or special rituals. But Tolle reminds us, true spirituality is in everyday life. It is not about escaping the world, but about being fully present in it. Imagine drinking a cup of tea. If your mind is elsewhere, it's just a routine. But if you notice the warmth of the cup, the aroma rising, the taste touching your tongue, suddenly it becomes meditation. Presence transforms the ordinary into the sacred. Practice, choose one daily activity, eating, walking, washing dishes, and do it with complete awareness. Pay attention to every movement, every sensation. That is spirituality in its purest form. Collective awakening. A new earth will not come from politics or revolutions alone. It will come when individuals awaken, and together, their awakening becomes collective. One awakened person can influence dozens, even hundreds, by their calm presence. Picture a room filled with people arguing. Voices are raised, tempers flaring. But then one person remains calm, grounded, silent. That energy shifts the entire room. Presence is contagious. Your awakening can be the spark that awakens others. Practice, notice moments when your calm presence changes the atmosphere around you. Smile at a stranger. Stay peaceful in conflict. These small acts ripple outward into the collective consciousness, planting the seeds of a new earth. Tolle says the new earth won't arrive as a sudden revolution. It begins with small, personal shifts. Each time you rise above ego, you plant a seed, and millions of seeds together will grow into a transformed world. Imagine you're on a crowded bus. Someone bumps into you and scowls. Ego wants to snap back, but instead you smile kindly. That moment seems small, but it's a seed of a new world. One seed at a time, humanity changes. Practice. Each evening, reflect on your day and ask, how many moments today did I rise above ego? Celebrate even the smallest victories. Each one is a step toward a new earth. Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth is not just a book. It is a doorway. It invites you to awaken from the prison of ego and step into a life of freedom, peace, and deep presence. Remember these calls to action. Live at least one moment fully in the present each day. Observe your pain body instead of feeding it. Choose connection over pride in your relationships. See yourself not as your possessions or titles, but as pure awareness. Now close your eyes and imagine the world if millions of people practiced this. Wars would pause, fear would fade, love and compassion would rise. This vision is not a fantasy, it is a possibility, and it begins with you. The new earth is not far away. It's already here, waiting within you. Every time you silence ego and embrace the present, you step into that new world. And the more you awaken, the more others awaken with you. Together, we are building the future of humanity, one conscious moment at a time. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for being here and supporting this journey.